Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Burnt Pancakes podcast, the show where I dive into the wonderful and chaotic, often ridiculous, and always relatable world of motherhood. I am your host, Katie Fensky, and I'm here to remind moms that everyone burns their first pancake. Okay, today's episode is all about lies. Yep, the little lies that we tell our kids to survive. There have been a lot of those going around lately, like the I'm going to call Santa and tell him to skip our house this year. Yeah, that's been happening in my house. So, before you clutch your pearls, don't worry, I'm not here to shame on anyone. If anything, this episode will have you nodding along and maybe even taking a few notes for the next time you need a little quick fix. Because let's face it, sometimes parenting is about improvising, creativity, and maybe a little deception. If you've ever done any of these lies on your kids, don't worry, you're in good company. Part of this episode, I'm going to be sharing some listener stories, so buckle up because they're pretty good. So go heat up your coffee and let's dive into and talk about those little white lies that we tell our kids. First off, let's start with the why. Why do so many of us tell these little fibs or lies? Well, the simple answer is because parenting is hard. Think about it. Your toddler keeps asking you why. For the 37th time today, your kindergartner insists on dressing themselves in a winter coat in July. And maybe your middle schooler refuses to believe that vegetables are actually good for them. Do we really need to give them the full honest truth every time? I'm going to say no. These little lies aren't about being malicious. They're just survival. They buy us some time, they protect our sanity, and let's be honest, sometimes they can be a little fun. And hey, if Santa can bend the truth about flying reindeer, why can't we stretch the truth too? I'm sure you have probably seen that Jimmy Kimmel Halloween lie where parents tell kids the morning after Halloween that they ate all their candy and then get their reaction on tape. I've actually never done that, but I do think it's kind of funny. Now, the lies I'm going to share today aren't that big. They're just the ones we occasionally use for our own sanity, to protect our kids, and just to survive this motherhood thing. So let's start with some of these classics, the tried and true lies that parents have been telling for generations. These are like the gold standard, and chances are you've used at least one of them this week. The first one is the one my own mom used on me. So when I was a kid, whenever the ice cream truck would drive by, my mom would say, "Oh my gosh, girls, stop and listen to the Music Man." Yeah, that's right. She told us that was the Music Man. So we just thought this truck went around playing music for everyone. Later, we did find out that the Music Man had ice cream in his truck, and like a whole new world opened up for me. But that was the case for a while. Brilliant. Now, I have tried this on my own kids. They very quickly found out that there was ice cream in the truck, and now we're screwed. But I thought this one was very clever. Another one that is a classic I have absolutely used is, "Oh, bummer, the park is closed today." I mean, every mom has pulled this one out of her back pocket. It's foolproof, especially when you know you don't want to go somewhere or your kids aren't going to check. The best part is you can reuse it for just about anything. Shoot, the toy store is closed. Oh, the pool is closed today. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese is closed today. Works like magic. Now, another one that I'm sure you've all used is, "Oh, we're out of dessert, actually." I mean, I think I used this one last night. This is like parenting 101. Sometimes the last slice of cake or the only brownie in the house, it's going to belong to you, the mom. Now, I have definitely counted down the minutes until my kids have gotten in bed so that I could whip out the ice cream, even though an hour before I told them, "Oh, we don't have any more. Bummer. I'll have to get some from the store." Yeah, I've used that one. Um, I don't know about you, but it is like impossible to get my kids to brush their teeth. It just seems like the easiest thing to do. Like, don't you want to have a clean mouth before you go to bed? But it's like fighting them every night. So you may have used the lie or the fib. If you don't brush your teeth, they're gonna fall out. Okay. So this one might have some partial truth to it. Let's be honest. But I mean, making something more dramatic and a little bit more exaggerated couldn't hurt to get them to brush their teeth. Okay, and another one. So we're getting ready to take a little road trip in a couple weeks, and I have definitely used this one when the kids are like, "How far are we? Are we almost there?" Oh yeah, yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close, even though you still have an hour left to go. This is just a car ride pacifier. It doesn't matter that it's a lie. Sometimes you just need them to be quiet and stop asking and get through the car ride. Now, I did get a list of some listener lies. So now it's time for my favorite part, your stories. I asked you to send in some of your best and funniest parenting fibs, and you did not disappoint. So here are a few that I got that made me laugh. One mom said, I told my kids that the tooth fairy only pays if you floss your teeth. And now they are so excited about flossing that they've kind of forgotten about the tooth fairy. I wish this one would work on my kids. I don't think it actually will, but I liked that one. Another mom said, when my daughter was potty training, okay, here we go. I'm going to like this one. I told her the toilet wouldn't flush unless she pooped in it and waved goodbye to the poop. So we both clapped and we waved for weeks. It was kind of ridiculous, but effective. Hey, when it comes to potty training, you will say and do anything to get that poop in the potty. I get it. All right. Another mom wrote in, my son once asked my why adults drink coffee, so I told him it makes our brains work better. And now he tries to bribe me with coffee when he wants something. Okay, clever kid. I get that one. I thought that was pretty cute. So keep those stories coming. They're like parenting war stories, and I am here for it. So if you have a story you want to share with me, either email me or hit me up on social media. I also have a link in my show notes if you want to share a little story with me. Okay, so let's dig into the lies a little deeper when we're just trying to make it through the day. The lies about survival or the ones that are just like out of desperation. Have you ever said to your kids, the Wi-Fi is broken or the internet doesn't work anymore? Nothing will get your kids off screens faster than this one. So, bonus points if you make it seem like you're calling the tech support while you're secretly unplugging the router to be like, I don't know why it's not working. So that works for little kids. Now, I have heard of parents with teenagers giving them like a chore list to do. And once they've done all the chore lists, then they'll give them the Wi Fi password. Now, I thought this one was brilliant for those older kids. So it's not necessarily a lie, it's just kind of a way of getting them off the internet and getting some chores done. I will definitely remember this one when my boys are older. Now, another one, this one I 100% have used. When my kids are looking for a toy that I've donated, I will say, gosh, I don't know where that toy is. Where did you put it last? Maybe you lost it. Now, this is one that I have used. I have donated a toy and then my kids were looking for it and I didn't want to tell them. I was so sick of cleaning up that toy off the floor all the time that I got rid of it. So yes, I have just used that. Maybe you lost it. I wonder if you didn't put it away and now it's gone. I've used that one. Another one. I have used this one also. Oh, my phone is almost out of batteries. Translation, I need 10 more minutes to scroll in peace without you wanting to use my phone. Or my oldest is like obsessed with, I think it's called Brawl Stars. I think it's a video game or like a mobile game, sports related, but all of his buddies play it. And there's something like you have to log in or check in each day to like get points or something like that. They make it addicting for him. But anyways, like he is always asking me, can I use my phone? Can I use your phone for Ball Stars? Can I get on it? Especially like when we're out and about with his friends, they all want to do it at the same time. I like, don't you guys just want to hang out? Do you really need to be on a phone sitting next to each other? But anyways, half the time I just tell them my phone's almost dead. It's going to go lose battery. So sorry. Here's another one that I've used. Oh, I wonder if the tooth fairy didn't come because she couldn't find your tooth under all your pillows and stuffed animals. Maybe your bed was just too full. Also translates to, I totally forgot. to put money under your pillow before I went to bed. So we're going to have to try this again another day. Like I legit have forgotten multiple times to be the tooth fairy. And the next morning just said, I bet the tooth fairy couldn't find it. You have too many pillows and too many stuffed animals. There's so much in my older son's bed. Um, and on that note, I have also taken money out of my own kids' wallet and piggy bank and did that as tooth fairy money. I like never have cash on me. So when they lose their tooth, I'm like, oh shoot. I don't have any money to give them. So I have been known to use their wallet. And also on that note, I don't think we've ever paid more than $1 for a tooth. Like I just from the start wanted to keep expectations super low. Like even if it was their first tooth or like a molar, I was like, it's going to be $1 or less. Sometimes it's quarters, like $1 worth of quarters. I just kind of started calculating. I have 3 kids and they each lose like what, 20 some teeth? I don't know how many they lose, but I'm like, that's going to get kind of pricey. So we're a pretty cheap tooth fairy over here. Now, in terms of lies, let's address the elephant in the room. Like, is it bad to lie to your kids? Most experts will say that white lies are harmless as long as you're not like breaking trust with them or avoiding like a serious conversation. In fact, they can even encourage creativity and imagination. That said, as kids get older, it is important to kind of watch the fibs and focus on honesty. Like a 3-year-old is going to believe that the park is closed, but a 10-year-old is going to be like, no, mom, let's Google it. Let's find out. Now, we are definitely in our family heading towards that Santa conversation very soon with my oldest. I really thought by now he would have figured it out, but surprisingly, he's 10 and in 5th grade, and I think he still believes, or he wants to still believe and doesn't want to give that up. Like he's given us some hints that he's questioning the whole thing, but just hasn't wanted to like, I don't want to like break it to him yet, just yet. Like I just don't think of this as lying to him. I personally remember just how magical it was believing in Santa. And I want to want him to have that as long as possible. When I kind of put 2 and 2 together and asked my mom, is there really a Santa? I was like crushed. And part of me just wanted it to still be real. So we're less than a month out for Christmas, and I'm just hoping we can make it through one more season of all 3 of them believing. We will definitely have the conversation soon. I think he either knows or we need to just like sit down and talk about it. I'm not really 100% sure how I'm going to say it or bring it up. I just know that I do want him to know the truth, to know why we did it, and to like give him the opportunity to be part of the magic with the younger 2. So, I want him to like be in on the secret, but also not give it away. I don't know. It's just such a special time. They're only going to believe in Santa for so long, and I know it's so fun. So I will keep you posted about when we do it and how it goes in a future podcast. Okay, so before we wrap it up, here are my personal top 5 favorite lies that either I've told or I've heard from others. You probably have heard these as well. First off, the batteries are dead. This works for literally anything that makes noise, any toy. Bonus, kids rarely check that the batteries are dead, or if you take one off and flip it around. So if you have a really noisy toy, oh, bummer, the batteries are dead and we don't have any more. Another one is the pool is closed or it needs a break. So a lot of times people use this when they're too tired for like getting in the pool. So apparently pools need naps too. Sometimes like when you're watching YouTube or Disney Plus or something, you can say something. This goes for the little kids. Definitely not. This is not one we do in our house. Oh, Disney only lets us watch 1 movie per day. It's not my rule. This is what Mickey says. So you can use like a character to do something. My kids have definitely watched way more TV than I ever thought they would. So I haven't tried that one. If a toy is missing or favorite stuffed animal you can't find, you can say, "Oh, I think the stuffed animal's on vacation," or maybe that toy is on vacation. This is perfect when you just cannot find something or the stuffed animal is extremely dirty and needs to be washed. Um, this one 100% has been used. Oh, mommy's food is very spicy, whether it's chocolate, chips, pizza, anything. It's a game changer just to say it's spicy. Also, sometimes, like if I've snuck a little snack or a treat that I don't want the boys to have, but I kind of like got it from the pantry, the boys will be like, "What are you eating?" I'm like, "Broccoli. Do you want some?" And that tends to end things very easily. All right. That's all for today's episode. Remember that parenting isn't about perfection. It's about doing whatever works to keep your household running. And if that means that you're telling your kids the cookies are all gone while you're hiding them in your closet, well, I think you've earned that. It's okay. Now, if you've loved this episode, make sure to share it with a fellow mom who needs a laugh or maybe a few more fibs to add to her repertoire. But don't forget to subscribe, leave me a review, and let me know your favorite parenting lie. So until next time, let's keep laughing, let's keep lying, and let's remember that everyone burns their first pancake, so just keep flipping.